Good morning. Here's a brief of the top news updates from the US, Europe, and West Asia as of Tuesday, July 8, 2025. United States. Texas flood devastation. The death toll from the catastrophic flash floods in central Texas has tragically surpassed 100, with search and rescue teams continuing their grim work. Among the dead are dozens of children and staff from Camp Mystic, an all-girls summer camp. Authorities are facing questions about the adequacy of warnings issued prior to the deluge. President Trump is expected to visit the state on Friday. Elon Musk's new political party. Elon Musk's recently launched political party, the America Party, is generating discussion, with some reports indicating a 7% dip in Tesla stock following the announcement, sparking investor concerns about his focus. Economic bill signed. President Donald Trump has signed a new economic bill into law, featuring tax cuts and reductions in federal government spending. Epstein case developments. The Jeffrey Epstein case continues to be in the news, with discussions around his client list and renewed scrutiny of past statements by public figures. Europe. Euro's global role. Discussions are ongoing about whether the euro can truly challenge the dollar's grip on global markets. While the dollar's dominance has shown cracks, the path to a global euro is seen as steep, with challenges including the lack of a fiscal union and political fragmentation. EU car production and climate goals. A new study suggests that Europe's car industry could return to its post-crisis peak if the EU maintains its 2035 clean cars target and strengthens industrial and demand policies for electric vehicles. This comes as the EU aims for a 90% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions by 2040. BRICS and global governance. The ongoing BRICS summit is a significant topic in Europe, with discussions focusing on global governance reform and condemnations of recent attacks on Iran and the Gaza war. China has dismissed Trump's allegation that BRICS is anti-America. Wildfires in Mediterranean. Wildfires are erupting across the Mediterranean as a heatwave worsens, raising concerns about environmental and humanitarian impacts. West Asia. Israel-Iran conflict and diplomacy. Direct talks and U.S. involvement. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is in Washington for talks with U.S. President Trump. These meetings coincide with indirect talks between Israeli officials and Hamas in Qatar, aimed at securing a U.S.-brokered Gaza ceasefire and hostage release deal. President Trump had previously ordered the bombing of Iranian nuclear sites in support of Israeli airstrikes. Iran's stance. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian has stated that Iran is open to dialogue with the U.S. to resolve differences but expressed concerns about trust following U.S. and Israeli attacks. He also accused Israel of an assassination attempt against him, which Israel has not immediately responded to. Casualties and nuclear concerns. Iran continues to report casualties from Israeli attacks, with independent human rights groups suggesting higher figures. Concerns remain about Iran's nuclear program, with reports of a new underground enrichment facility and calls for dismantling Iran's uranium supply chain. Houthi attacks and Israeli response. The Israel Defense Forces, IDF, have struck Houthi targets in Yemen following a Houthi ballistic missile attack targeting Ben Gurion Airport in Israel. Pakistan-Afghanistan talks. Pakistan and Afghanistan have held their first round of additional secretary talks, where both sides recognized terrorism as a serious threat to regional peace and security. Discussions covered trade, transit cooperation, and security. To help this content grow, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your support.